It stopped.
Okay, let me try again, sorry.
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Vitthedam Dronaputrasya Brahmamastam Padarsitam Naivasu Veda Sangharam Prana Badha Upasthite. So, Vyasdev, this Srimad Bhagavatam Mahamani Krite, it is not written by ordinary person. In the beginning it is said, Srimad Bhagavati Mahamani Krite. Not only Muni, but Mahamani. Kivannai Shastrai. Under the instruction of his spiritual master, Vyasdev revealed the scripture by spiritual experience. Bhakti yogi pranihite amale. Bhakti yoga, he could realize. Narad Muni asked him to write simply on the activities of the Supreme Personality of God. He has written so many books, all the Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, but he was not feeling satisfied. Even after writing the Vedanta Sutra, so at that time Narad Muni happened to come to him and he chastised him that you have written so many books, but they are not very useful. Because people are generally attracted to dharma, artha, kam, moksha. They are attracted. Those who are civilized men, they are attracted with some sort of religion system. It doesn't matter whether he is Hindu or Muslim or Christian, they have some sort of religious practice. That is the beginning of human civilization. When there is no religious practice, that is not civilized man. Just like in the jungle, aborigines, or the animals, they have no religious system. In the human society, there is some religious system. Therefore, when the human society becomes without any religious understanding, the dharmena hina pasubhi samana, immediately they are enemies. They are not human beings. In a civilized world, now at the present moment, especially the famous movement, communist movement, they are after completely driving out religious system. This is the misfortune of this age. So they are not in fault in one sense, because the guardians of the religious system, they are foreign. Just like immediately our Subhavilas Prabhu was asking me that we had seen so many temples, why they are so neglected? Is it not your question? And why they should not neglect it? Mostly the temples, they have become the means of livelihood. That is the defect. Temple is not meant for means of livelihood. Then it will deteriorate. How long you can falsely worship deity and make show of arati? You cannot go on very long time. That is not possible. You will be disgusted. Unless there is feeling, bhava, that here is Krishna. Krishna has very kindly come here to receive, to take, accept my humble service. He is so great that he cannot be approached by a person like me. Anoraniyanga mahato mahiyan. Suppose for the impersonalist Virat Rupa, the sky is the head of the personality of Godhead. They think like that. And the big mountains are the bones, and big oceans are the holes of the body, and the trees, they are. In one sense it is all right. But if you take the Virat Rupa, and how you can capture? It is impossible. He has Virat Rupa, he has shown Virat Rupa to Krishna. But you cannot capture that Virat Rupa. You are teeny. Therefore, he is so kind that he has appeared before you in this temple so that you can touch him actually. You can serve him, you can dress him, you can offer him eatables, cities. Therefore, if we think like that, not think, it is a fact, because God is not only very big, Mahato Mahiyan Anoraniya, he can become smaller than the smallest. That is God. Brahma does not mean simply big, so that you cannot capture. That is omnipotency. Whatever he likes, he can become. He can put all the universes within his mouth. When Jasadamai challenged that, Krishna, you are eating earth, your friends are complaining. No, mother, I did not. They are telling false. Now your elder brother, Balaram answers me. Now he has, this morning, he is angry with me, therefore he has joined it. I want to see your face. So she opened the mouth, and the mother saw that millions of Jasoda and millions of universes are within the mouth. Then she thought, maybe something. All right, don't do it. Finish it. Now Krishna is millions of universes within the mouth. He is being punished by Jasoda. This is Krishna. Anoraniyang mahato mahiyang. This is Krishna. So when Krishna comes, you cannot see Krishna. You cannot capture Krishna. Mahato mahiyang. When he comes before you, Achamurti, Achavigraha. This is Achavigraha, deity. Acha is Vishnu Siladhi. Krishna has appeared, just like the same thing. Krishna, Jasadamani wanted the Supreme Personality of Godhead as his son, for which hundreds of years he undergone austerities. And when the Supreme Personality of Godhead appeared before him, for both the husband and wife, what do you want? Now we want a son like you. So Krishna said, there is no second one beyond me. So I shall become your son. So he becomes son. So he must play it perfectly. That Jasada Mai may not understand that here is the Supreme Personality of God. Then the feelings of mother and son will disappear. Hey, Krishna is playing exactly like a little child. So that is Krishna's mercy. This is Krishna's mercy. Similarly, to us, we are not so elevated like Nanda Maharaj or Jasada Maharaj. We are just beginners. So we do not know what is Krishna. We cannot see Krishna. Either is Virat Murti or this Murti. So what we can see stone, wood, or material things. So when Krishna appears to be seen by you, and he appears like a stone statue, he is not stone statue. Don't think. Therefore, we must learn how to see Krishna. So we should not think that here is a stone statue. As soon as we think of stone statue, then this feeling, bhava, will be lost.
Hare Krishna. So maybe we can open it up a little bit and see if anyone has any reflection on what has been said. Maybe we can go back to the beginning and see if anyone remembers where we began.
Well, he began right off the bat with Narada Muni chastising. I was muted. At the beginning, he began speaking about how Narada Muni was chastising Vyasadeva, saying that you've written nothing but nonsense, that you haven't gotten to the point. And then Prabhupada moved on to speaking about without religious system, that men are like animals; they're no better than animals. But then he said you can't fault the people because the guardians of the religious systems have fallen. And so, what are the people to do? Because the leaders have fallen, and that the temples are empty because they're seeing them as a business. And only when you can see Krishna actually in the temple, in the deity form, then you can serve him. It's not a business, it's an opportunity that Krishna is so kind to give us this opportunity to come in this form so we can see him and touch him and feed him. And then it becomes not a business, it actually becomes a place where he used the word capture, where you can capture Krishna with your love. And I'll shut up and let other people talk.
He also said the communist system is trying to drive out religion. And I do have a question. When he did say temples not meant for the means of livelihood, was that because I guess people were trying to actually get paid and make a living off of deity worship and so forth?
Yeah, I think Srila Prabhupada often mentions that the Goswamis, especially in Vrindavan, in later years, they just use the temples as a means of livelihood, meaning they make their living from the temples, but they don't really have any bhava, they don't really, the deity, even one, he mentions that they use the Shalagram Shila to crack the nuts, so like that. So they're not really worshiping the deity in the mood that Krishna is here. They're doing it as a business just to attract people in and try to make money.
Right. Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other thoughts? Anyone remembers what Srila Prabhupada said in the beginning? When he was talking to about Vyasadeva Mahamuni, he said Mahamuni, and then he said that people are naturally attracted to. Anyone remembers what they're naturally attracted to?
Religion?
He said, yeah, if you're pious, then there's a natural attraction for religion. But he said you wrote all these books that focus on something, and it's something that people are attracted to. Sadhvi
Oh,
Devi?
Yes, he also mentioned that Krishna will appear when we have good attention. We shouldn't just look at the deity as a stone or wood or something, but it's real Krishna, to see it as a real Krishna.
Yes. Very nice. Yes, we shouldn't just think. Why does Krishna appear as stone or metal? Do you remember what Prabhupada said? Why he appears like that?
I remember him saying something about so we could feed him edibles.
Hmm. Well, he mentioned the story of Yashoda, and right, he said that Yashoda performed austerities to have Krishna as her son. He said, but we're just beginners. So we don't know what Krishna is. We can't see Krishna, and we can't see the Virat Rupa. So therefore, Krishna appears in this form that we can see, because we can see stone, we can see wood, we can see these objects. So Krishna is so merciful that he appears like this. Anything else? Any other thoughts? Anyone? Anupam Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, my obeisances. I liked
Dandava.
how he was saying that like how long can one actually worship the deity for without bhav, without some kind of feeling
Yeah.
for worshiping. That was really powerful, you know, because it's easy to start going through the motions in our puja or in any kind of sadhana, but it's nice to hear Prabhupada, who's so, you know, pragmatic and practical and against, you know, fanaticism and undue emotion. But he's mentioning here that no, you need some emotion to really sustain these practices. So, you know, emotion in a mature way and in an organic way, not in a forced way, like that.
Very nice. Yeah.
Krishna put some earth in his mouth because he really wants to be chastised by his mother, even though he's got the whole universe in his mouth.
Yeah, and they said that Krishna could do whatever he wants. He could be as small as he wants, as big as he wants, whatever Krishna pleases.
Very nice. I thought it was special how Prabhupada said that Krishna has to play the part of the son perfectly. He can't kind of let on that he's the supreme personality of Godhead, because it will spoil the rasa of what Mother Yashoda wanted, because she wanted a son like Krishna. So yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Okay, shall we carry on? Anupam, did you have another question? I see your hand raised again.
No, sorry, I'll lower it.
So the answer is that if we establish some temple and deity and take it as a means of livelihood, so at least we Indians were trained up like that. Not only trained up, we are born devotees. Anyone who has taken birth in India, that is special facility. In their previous birth, they had performed many austerities, much austerities. Even the demigods, they desire also to take birth in India to get this opportunity. So India don't think, India means this planet, Bharatvarsh. There is good opportunity. So, we should not think. If we think that here is a stone statue, then it will not prolong many days. It will not golograha. No more vigraha, but golograha. Suppose I have established this temple, now under my direction, my disciples are worshipping vigraha. Vigraha means the form of the Lord, rupa. But if there is no following of the regulative principles, then after my death it will be Golograha, a burden. Then our rascal Guru Maharaj established this temple, and we have to worship, early rise in the morning or botheration. This will be. That is called Golograha, a burden. He has left with us a burden. This is the dish. Then such a big temple will be mismanaged, and you will find that this is breaking, and this is unclean, and there is no attention. This is it. That is called Golograha. The rascal has given us a burden. Oh, it is very difficult. If we have lost that feeling that here is Krishna, here is a chance to serve him. Sakshad harittena samasta sarva. Not that. Sri vigraharadhana nityanana singha tan mandira marjanado. As soon as, therefore we are very much vigilant. Why you do not this? Why you do not this? Well, as soon as the feeling of devotional service will be lost, this temple will be a burden. This is the way. It will be such a big temple to manage. It will be a great burden. So they are feeling burden. Therefore they don't mind if somewhere is broken, sometimes like, let us, whatever money we have got, let us eat first of all. This is the position. Vigraha and Golograha, you should understand. If we forget that here is Krishna personally present, we have to receive him. Very nicely, we have to give him nice food, nice dress, then it is service. And as soon as the feeling comes that here is a stone's idol, they say sometimes idol or see, and we have been instructed to dress him, to give him all botheration, finished. That has come everywhere. I have seen in Nashik, in many, many big temples, there is no pujari, and the dogs are passing stool. Not only they are making, in Western countries also, the churches are being closed. Big churches in London I have seen, very big churches, but they are closed. When there is meeting on Sunday, the caretaker, 2-3 men, and some old lady, they come. Nobody comes. And we are purchasing. We have purchased several churches because it is now useless. It is useless. Now Los Angeles we have purchased, and several others in Toronto, that recently we have purchased. Big churches. But they would not sell us. One church, the priest said that I shall set fire in this church, still I shall not give to Bhaktivedanta Swami. These Toronto churches was like that also. In Melbourne, the condition was, cell condition was that you have to dismantle this church building. You said, oh, why? He said, utilize temple now, then we shall not give it. They refused. You know that. So, they do not like that this Krishna consciousness movement will purchase our churches and install Radha Krishna deity. They do not like that. But it is not going on. So not only the churches in the Western countries, here also, as soon as you will lose the spirit of service, this temple will become a big go down, that's all.
Okay, anyone would like to reflect back anything? I think Nityananda Chandra had put that Vigraha versus Galagraha in the chat earlier. Anything, Prabhu, from you?
They're thinking the deity is not transcendental form, but Galagraha, pain in the neck, instead of Vigraha.
Big burden. Anyone else? Any thoughts? Very powerful.
Yeah, it said in the beginning when he started talking, he said that being born in India is very, very special. The demigods also desire to take birth in India, but don't think India means this planet.
Mm. Yeah. Anyone who takes birth in India. Special. He said in previous life they'd done so many austerities. My wife is here. She's nodding. Yes.
He used the term go down for when the person doesn't have the temple doesn't have a proper worship. And I looked it up. It says a sinking ship.
I think in India, the go down is like a basement or cellar or storage locker area. But maybe it came from go down, like sinking. But yeah, in India, go down is generally a storage place. Like in the basement where you store the books or store different things. The book go down, the boga go down or something. So it becomes just
really
storage place. Go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
It's the thing. It's just a really powerful reminder of what a temple actually is. This whole section, and the sadness of the fact, and I've seen it, in other places of worship. He's talking about it really is. She was the caregiver, a couple of men, and that old lady. And I'm just thinking about my mother's church, where she lives, is sort of like that. And then the refusal. I'd rather burn the church down and give it to Swami Sanjaya, give it to Srila Prabhupada. It's just crazy, but it's just a reminder how lucky we are that we have a temple and that it is Krishna's house. And just thinking about how last week, Janita, you organized the beautiful cleaning of the temple. And it's not just we're cleaning just the building, we're cleaning Krishna's house, we're cleaning it for Krishna and for Krishna's guests. So it's just a powerful reminder because I know I'm in and out of that place almost every day, and just remember like the import. It's not just a building, it's not just a room. This is Krishna's giving us this opportunity to care for him and care for his house, and we should never forget that. And it's easy to sometimes.
Beautiful, yes. Prabhupada kept stressing, what is it he said? When this is missing, then it becomes like that. He kept stressing one word.
Regulative principles aren't followed. Then it becomes Galagraha, right?
He said that. There was another thing I thought I heard more, like he mentioned.
Service, spirit.
Service.
Yeah, well, he was saying feeling the bhava, when the bhava is missing, when that bhava means understanding that the deity is not just stone, that it is Krishna, he is here. And when that goes, when we start to think that the deity is just stone or it's just a statue, then everything is ruined, everything is spoiled. So yeah, that bhava, that feeling that we're doing this for Krishna, Krishna is personally present here. Yeah, so like that. Anything else, anyone? Prabhupada also kept stressing the point of what we would think of the spiritual master. He's a rascal. He's given me such a burden, that it's all a burden. And then things are broken, things are not maintained properly, things are not looked after.
And the dog's passing stool.
What's that? Oh, the dog, yeah. Yeah, we can't forget that part. Yeah, that was important. Yeah, in the churches we see, even the dogs are coming and passing the stool. Yeah, they're closed. Okay, so yeah, let's continue and we'll probably go more or less up until darshan time. Where is it?
No more temple. So you have to maintain the service spirit. Therefore we are so much particular why fresh flower is not there. If you think, and here is a stone statue, what is the meaning of fresh flower or old flower? We have to give some flower, that's all. But no feeling. That here is Krishna, we must give fresh flower. Just like I am a living man, if you give me fresh flower, and if you bring some garbage, and if you give me, shall I be pleased? Do you think? So this feeling is losing even in the beginning. That we shall satisfy this statue with some rubbish, garbage flower. He is not going to protest. Yes, he will not protest. But your life will be finished. The protest will come like that. As soon as you lost the feeling, bhava, buddha bhava samannita, who can worship Krishna? When there is bhava, sai bhava. This has been discussed in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. What is bhava? But if you have no bhava, then you are on the material front, kanishtadikari. Simply so. A so cannot go on many days. So will be finished very soon. So if you do not keep the bhava, there, bhava means that is on the liberation side. Adau shraddha, tato sadhu sangha, tato bhajana kriya atha anartha nivittisya. First of all, you come to this Krishna consciousness movement, some of you, not all, Shraddha. The Krishna consciousness movement, Hare Krishna movement is very good. Let us see how it is, or let us join. First of all, Shraddha. Many people come out of Shraddha. Shraddha means little faith. But according to our Goswami literature, that faith is not little faith. That faith is also very strong. Then the beginning is there. Chaitanya Charitamritakar has described about this faith. He described faith means Shraddha, English word faith, and Sanskrit word is Shraddha, respectful. Saddadhana. So, this Shraddha, Adau Shraddha, the beginning is Shraddha, faith. But this Shraddha is defined by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Shraddha sabde vishwas sudhira nishchay. Krishne bhakti kaile sarva karma krita bhava. This is Shraddha. According to our Gaudiya Vaishnava, this is Shraddha. What is that? Krishna is asking, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam braja. He is asking, demanding. So when we have faith in the words of Krishna, yes, Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam, yes, I shall do. Then Shraddha begins. Otherwise there is no Shraddha. That is the beginning of Shraddha. Adau Shraddha, tato sadhu sangha. If you have got faith in these words of Krishna, that yes, whatever Krishna says, sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam, accepted. Then Shraddha begins. Otherwise there is no Shraddha. Ordinary Shraddha, they are going this temple or another, Kali's temple, or Durga's temple, they say that everyone is all right, jatamat, tatavat, whatever is like. That is not Shraddha. That is whims. Shraddha means when you firmly believe on the words of Krishna. The Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam braja. Therefore, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami said, Shuddha Sabde Vishas, Sudhira Nishcha. Krishna said that give up everything, I shall give you. Yes, it is fact. Oh, why shall I bother with her? That is Shuddha. Vishas, Sudhira Nishcha. Sudhira means very firm faith, not flickering faith. When you have got this kind of Shraddha, naturally the next stage will be how to keep my Shraddha, firm faith in Krishna. Then we have to mix with devotees who are keeping constantly in Krishna's service. Therefore, this temple is required. That devotees will always be engaged in Krishna's service, and those who have got Shraddha, they will come and see how the devotees are engaged, how they have sacrificed their life only for serving Krishna. That is sadhu sangha. Adhu.
Okay, so any last reflections on what we just heard? Anyone? Yeah, about 3 or 4 minutes left.
It's really quite beautiful how he laid out exactly what Shraddha is. It's the beginning of the process, and how he said that it's really faith in really Shastra, in the words of Krishna, because then if you have the faith, then you can, as Krishna says in 1866 of Gita, surrender onto me. You can't surrender onto something you don't have faith in. And then this last bit, just before we finish, it's beautiful. It talks about how Shraddha goes to sadhu sangha, because then and why the importance of temple. I've got this faith. I want to be around these people that also have this faith. And where do we go? We go to the temple to do the practices and to serve. So he really just made a link of how Shraddha can go to sadhu sangha and then progress up on that path.
Wonderful, very nice. You're an amazing listener, Jumanajaya Devi.
Yeah, I was going to say, Jumanajaya, you said that so beautifully. I loved how he said that. Also, he said the show will be finished if there's no bhava, material platform. That bhava, again, we keep coming to the bhava, and it's so true.
Yeah, I was feeling. Anyone else? Any other thoughts?
Even the importance of how you offer flowers and so on is very, very important, that it's well thought of and not be whimsically.
What did Prabhupada say around that, about Krishna being a person and us being a person? Anyone remembers? He said, if you come and offer me fresh flower, then I'll be happy. But if you offer me garbage, then I won't be very happy. So why should we offer Krishna garbage? Fresh flower.
Right. Would you go to your friend's house and give him, I think, a fresh flower, or, garbage flowers? No. So why would we do that to Krishna? It doesn't even make sense.
The amazing thing is, right as Prabhupada was saying that, Arjuna Prabhu, who's here at the back, he walked in with this beautiful, beautiful flower. I forget, what is that flower called? Lilac. It's the type of iris or lilac. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful flower. We'll show you during the darshan. Offered it to Prabhupada, and you cultivated it for how?
I was 6 weeks to let it bud.
6 weeks it took him to let it bud, and then he came in right as Prabhupada was saying we have to offer fresh flowers, and he offered it straight to Srila Prabhupada, offered to Krishna. Amazing, so inspiring. Anything else? Anyone heard Prabhupada was saying about Shraddha, faith?
I think Srila Prabhupada says if you have faith, then other people will come and be attracted to someone who has Shraddha. I hope I got it right.
I think at the end he was saying, that if you develop such faith, and you have to, then your next question will be, how do I sustain this faith? How do I keep this faith? So like that. Okay, we're gonna go on to the, thank you all very much. Hare Krishna, Srila
Thank you,
Prabhupada.
Janitai Prabhu and Bhava Bhakti, Bhava Bhakti.
Venam Panvanta Sadhu Bala Vigrahasya Govinda. Shiva. Yeah.
Great honor. But his grace when he crossed the ocean till suffering.
And obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is a perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates, and by him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of lotus feet. May the hands be spread all over free flowers. Take shelter of lotus feet. Prabhupada. Jai.
Jai Srila Prabhupada. Beautiful flower, Arjuna Prabhu. Thank you, Janitai Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Afterglow. Isn't it nice that Srila Prabhupada emphasized today that the feeling is necessary? There must be feeling for Krishna. Isn't that nice? Sometimes we kind of neglect this principle and we talk about duty and sticking to the vows. And sometimes we leave out the feeling that must be there. Srila Prabhupada said this. There must be feeling and there must be good maintenance. Good cleaning, good maintenance, along with the feeling. That's my takeaway. Adipusha Prabhu?
Hare Krishna. Wonderful class, and it's really nice to see everyone jumping in and sharing and repeating Srila Prabhupada. We're nourished by this. Prabhupada said a lot of things there that are kind of scary about how the churches are empty. They're closed. And then on Sunday, there's a meeting, and there's a few people that just do the bare maintenance, and there's a means of livelihood, and it's not really a lot of consciousness that this is an offering to please Krishna. And how the big building is there, but it is empty and it is closed, and no one's coming. And how he said that one pastor said, we will sell you the building, but you must tear it down. I do not want to see Radha and Krishna installed here. Right? You heard that? Yeah. And he said that they don't like the fact that, but we are taking these buildings that are not being used, and we are attracting people to take up sadhana and try to serve Krishna, and preaching is going on. But it's very sad to see that when I was living in Freeport, Long Island, there was this big church. We were part of this church, and there were so many children. They had 3 first grade, 50 children in each classroom, 2 second grade, 3 third grade, so many people. And then I went back there, and the school is gone, and the church is empty. And there was a convent there of semi-cloistered Dominican nuns, and that's gone. And the building is still there, but it's not being, there's no life, so it's a dark time. And Srila Prabhupada came and I said, no, you can be full-time. You can give yourself to Krishna. You can preach. You can joyfully participate in this movement. And so we're trying. And Krishna's mercy that he's allowed us to be included in some small way. Anyway, that's all. Hare Krishna, glory to Prabhupada.
Thank you, Adipusha Prabhu. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada,
I wanted
for
to
giving
just,
us.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I just
Go
wanted
ahead,
to,
Krishna Kumari.
I wanted to just share how these marigolds in the garland are grown on the roof. And when I heard Prabhupada speaking, I was thinking about different devotees that really go the extra mile to have fragrant flowers for Krishna that are grown with love. And it's quite amazing. Heather grows the seedlings up here. She's a neighbor of mine. And then they get transported. This year, I organized for someone to bring them. Maya brought them. And then they're cared for on the roof. And it's just amazing that it's not a lot of orange marigolds, but there were like at least 6 in Murray Dar's garland. Even this late, I don't know if they're putting a blanket over them or what. Just so nice. And I was also noticing Radharani's outfit. She had a lot of beadwork done on her skirt and on her veil. And a lot of love and devotion goes into that, to finding just the most special beads. Not just any beads, like, oh, we'll just get some beads from the bead, The devotees go and they go to the jewelry district and they get the most beautiful beads so that Radharani can have the most beautiful skirt. And it's like that even for the gopis and Radha and Krishna's pastimes. And in Vrindavan, the Van Devis, they want to make everything beautiful for Krishna and Radha to come together. Just what flowers are going to be hanging, what fragrances, which oils, like that. So nice.
Thank you, Krishna Kumari. It was like an oral darshan. Thank you. Anyone else would like to speak?
Hi, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, who is this?
This
Dana
is
Krishna's
Mitra.
Radharani.
I'm sorry?
Who's this speak? Oh, Mitravinda.
Mitravinda. Hi, Krishna. Would someone please post where I can find this audio? Also, I appreciated Srila Prabhupada's, he's always teaching, always. He's a consummate educator. He's teaching us the Shraddha and Shrodha, lack of faith and faith. And a lot of times, we're hearing about faith, but to have that definition and reflection on the times when we have lack of faith, how that comes about, and then how to shift that in a way that we can get back on track was really, I found that very insightful. Also, that the what I consider a gem is when Srila Prabhupada spoke on how this place of India is very valuable, and we should aspire to do so many things because it is a holy place. But he also said not on this planet, which helps, I think, with understanding. In Shastra it says their geographic and material designations are not the same as spiritual. And sometimes I think there are ways that we get kind of blanketed in the opposite. I'm an American, I'm a this, I'm a that, when we're spirit souls. So that I found that to be a wonderful jewel at this time, helping us remember that this material energy, in whatever way we're thinking it, can be tricky and can confuse. And just because we're thinking of something in a way and everyone accepts it, or the masses accept it, then therefore it is. It can be tricky for us as devotees to have that aspect of group mentality, which does not reflect bhakti. It more kind of comes off as false ego, and not reflective of the love and service to Radha and everyone. So thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mitravinda Devi. Our zip code is Kirtan. That's our geography. That's where we're situated. Kirtan service, Prashadam, Japa, class. Those are our locations. Okay. Any further reflections? If not, we're turning the floor over to Annabelle and Isaiah so they can recite the Maha Mantra enthusiastically, loudly, and with feeling, with bhava for Krishna. Please.
I would love to hear Annabelle's reflection on what she heard from Prabhupada. Did you understand Prabhupada? Annabelle, did you like hearing? Who's Isaiah?
Isaiah,
I'd
did
love
you
to
like
see
the
a
class?
picture of Prabhupada if they're muted.
Unmute, please. Unmute. Oh, there they are. Annabelle, Isaiah, did you like the class?
Yes.
Good, thank you. Would you like to recite the Maha Mantra? Good, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Thank you. This was like a micro kirtan. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, dear devotees. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Every one of you, Ki Jai. We love you and we need you. Thank you for your association. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.